morning. My name is Reuben, and I wanted today to comment on the Prop 64 funding, and just wanted to comment on some ideas that I have for this funding. I see that there's going to be, I think, 5 community service liaison officers to help build trust, is what it's saying in the project summary. And I think that these funds should also be used to partner with other community-based organizations that can also help with working with those youth who might be high risk, and being able to help provide that trauma-informed services as well as alternatives to the justice system. We should also help these youth, the CBOs in here. I think it's Fresno EOC and Boys and Girls Club. They should also be helping, increase the protective factors of young people and increasing the independent living skills. I feel that with this project summary, it's heavily focused on the public safety aspect of it from the grant. And would love to see more of the youth development, prevention, and intervention side of it. And with, like I said, maybe exploring diversion options for young people who engage in using of cannabis while they're not of legal age. I think that would be a really great way to build trust in the community, having ways we can help our community with programs and community services that are not punitive, that will help redirect our young people at moments of failure. Say if they use cannabis, so having diversion during that aspect would be critical to that community building and the community trust building aspect of it. Because we can't keep punishing our way out of things. And if we're trying to build trust, we have to come at it differently instead of punitively. And so with that, I just wanted to give that comment. So thank you very much for letting me speak on that item.
Next speaker on Zoom is going to be Haley White.
Good morning. The roots of drag trace back centuries to a time when leaders in the church believed that women performing was sickening and disgraceful. Since then, it's been used throughout time across nearly all artistic mediums as a form of entertainment for adults and children alike. The difference with the current art form that Mr. Bredefeld and his fellow agitators have issues with is that queer people are now in on the joke. If you want to talk about who's really abusing and grooming children, the data is out there. It's voluminous, it's undeniable, and we all know it ain't the queens. But Gary, who's a public servant who undoubtedly has plenty of queer people living in his district, is allowed to yet again incite harassment based off manufactured falsehoods that I don't even think he fully believes himself. Because if you think children are in imminent danger and yet you're not at the event, same with the Proud Boy gang members who ironically can all play dress up in their own matching costumes, head home halfway through the event when it gets a little windy. You either don't believe what you're saying or you don't really give a crap about children, do you? Mr. Bredefeld, you claim a support and respect for religious freedom, but time and again you show us that it's only the case when it's what you're talking about, when your own beliefs, as symbolically and literally showcased behind you in the divisive sign behind all your heads. Mr. Dyer shows up to a vigil for the queer community and speaks about his One Fresno ideals and how they're real. I've said it here before and I'll say it again. It's nothing more than a political tagline when you allow Fresnans to be harassed and threatened, when you offer no training to your cops who show up and let agitators block the driveway, film license plates, when you let the city sit on funding while houseless people literally die in the streets because of the weather, while you keep trying to put cops in schools when the community has begged you for years to try anything else. We welcome your growth, but I ask that you start respecting our spaces and start listening more than you talk. When physical violence or worse befalls these groups in Fresno, you're all complicit in it, some of you more than others. Gary, you're a disgrace to your chair, your constituents, and the God you claim to serve. Annalise, congrats on your new gig. I look forward to having you rep me in District 1.
Next speaker on Zoom is going to be Laura Splotch.
Hello. Haley said it very eloquently. I couldn't possibly say anything more, but I will, of course. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I want to just say that I couldn't be there on Saturday to stand with my fellow committee members and demonstrators for the tower thing because of the fact that the Proud Boys were there and they doxed me and my friends, and I was traumatized by the whole thing. Dennis Newman, a known agitator, neo-Nazi, was standing right there. I saw pictures of him. I was following the event all day, and he was standing right there. He's got a warrant out for his arrest, and the cops didn't do anything because they're all pals. I don't think that's right. And they were out there putting my friends in danger, putting our queer community in danger, and they should not be allowed to be out there to cause that kind of commotion. I also want to mention, I saw one of my friends on the street who's a homeless lady. She passed away this last week, and my heart goes out to her friends, and she shouldn't have died on the street like that. She died in the alley, and it was heartbreaking, and I've been sad all week because of it. Do better, Arias, for downtown. Get those mobile showers, get those mobile hot spots, whatever they need, do it, because they're our citizens too. Annalise, we're on the right side of history. Perea, I'm so glad you're there. I'm happy you're there. We're on the right side of history with the Tower Theater. Let's get the right person in there. Get Lawrence out. Thank you.
All right, we're going to come back to the chamber here. I don't see anyone else on Zoom. We have a Paul Dictos, next speaker.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning to everybody. I'm here to tell you that I love every one of you, and I want to wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. My cell phone number is public. It's 559-250-0999. I want to tell you that you have a friend in the assessors. But basically, I'm here to welcome my good friend, Analise Perea. I wouldn't miss this day. I walked all the way across from my office so that I can welcome you today on the first day. Congratulations. God bless you.
Okay. I don't have any additional yellow cards. I don't see anyone else punched up on Zoom. With that, we'll go ahead and close public comments. And Councilor